got equipment. I said, I already got equipment. Can you hear me when I breathe?
July 20th, and we're in Fort Collins, Colorado at Colorado State University for the Harvest, a convention for campus Crusade staff. Over 5,000 here for the Sunday afternoon barbecue lunch.
Just take one. I'll take one.
Guy that works with Juan Garcia in Bakersfield.
How about that?
Now we got old dad.
Oh, hello. This is Charlie.
Sorry, I got you right in the middle.
Harry.
Play the child just like a real bell. Go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go. In the shade, strumming through the what the drive is made. People passing by, they will stop and say, oh, mama, that little country boy can play. Go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Johnny, we do. I was taking a bath, moving and a flash, rolling and a strolling, feeling with the feeling, rocking and a rolling. Oh yeah! Well, it's lollipop and a baby suit. Golly, Miss Molly was even there doing a splash, splash. Forgot about my bath. Oh yeah! Splash and split, splash and split, splash and split, splash and go, go and go, go and
Grab me unawares. They said your name Ice. I said, why, sure. They said, you're the boy we've been looking for. They put me in the lineup. Let those bright lights shine.
But he always gets the name. Yeah, right. Well, thank you. Well, you know, guys, in the 50s. Since he took your city keys, you've been thinking that your fun is all through now. But you can come along with me, cause we got a lot of things to do now. And she'll have fun, 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 now that daddy took the timid away. And we'll have fun, 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 now that daddy took the timid away. Fun, fun, protection.
Step back.
Alright, it's my second. This is the poster.
Tell him.
We do another set in a few moments.
Did you see that lady?
Thanks, man. What's this, okay?
I don't need bungee cords to do flips.
Smaller rooms in the Lincoln Center here at Colorado State University, and we're getting ready for after a kindergarten party. The remnant is going to be the music party. So we're witnessing an actual setup and tuning here.
Oh, thank you.
This is Michelle, who had the idea for the group.
Real now?
This is Vicky on flute.
Hello there. This is for posterity. Posterity.
Randy has said that we're doing.
This is Susan Marble.
You tuned this,
Otherwise
Michael?
known as Sand.
Oh!
He needs help.
Of course, Golden.
This is always the hardest part. Setting up and tearing down. All for 20 minutes of playing.
Golden, did you decide what you're wearing?
How about
Check 1, 2. Gone with the wind.
Okay. Okay, well, let's I'll give you a little bit of monitor to start out with on stuff, but play whatever, something big, something with everything happening.
Not the same. I'm just a fool.
try some. What's something where is there something with 4 vocals?
What's that? Within reach.
Can you sing your 4 vocal part and try and even out your the monitors for your vocal?
Ever searching in my soul for something real to fill this hole. It seems when I found something good, it's out of reach. You say here. She's from Annapolis, Maryland, and she plays guitar and she sings. There's Susan. A note of interest is that she is single, so when we're done, make sure you guys talk to her. And over here, in the crown, she's from Columbia, Missouri. She plays flute and she sings. It's Vicky. And she told me not to say this, but she's single. And back here from Fullerton, California is my husband, and he plays guitar and he sings. And to my right, also single, from St. Louis, Missouri, she plays violin and she sings. Here's Michelle. Her nickname is Moose. I was age, time to taste the world. Ooh, I feel it on my lips, sipping freedom's glass. Time to taste the world. Why do I feel this way? Living on my own, living by my rules. If harm is where my heart is, why am I down? Harm is where my heart
Savior. If you would follow and believe, faith like a child.
cents in goodwill. Well, who gave it to Goodwill probably paid $25 or $50 for it, but that's okay. That's his money. Well, this has been a wonderful, wonderful several days together, but the best is yet before us. And this morning we have the privilege of hearing from one of our beloved colleagues and leaders from Korea. Many of you know my special love for Dr. Jun Gon Kim, Ms. Kim, our great Korean staff, because they were the first to start the ministry. And of course, God has uniquely blessed the ministry. So the mission is that He is risen. And I thought, oh, I'm so excited to see that the Russian people are back in a position where they can make such an announcement. I said, who would be responsible for that? One of my friends said, began a ministry of church planting, pastor at large for some years, and is now the special young leaders for today and for tomorrow. Dr. Bob.
It is such an honor. I feel very blessed to be part of this wonderful gathering of Campus Crusade family members from all over the world. First, I'd like to say thank you to Campus Crusade leadership for giving me this opportunity to lead the Singapore in the middle of June. Went to Korea and spent a week in Korea. Then went to Chicago and then to Pretoria, South Africa, to minus somewhere in between. That's exactly how we felt. But as soon as we arrived at dormitory, there was a Tootsie Rolls and Oreo cookies, all the candy drops. That is a very indispensable and very necessary items for those schools. So I really thank you for that prayerful preparation for this wonderful gathering. I'm very proud of this movement, Campus Crusade. There's some more.
This is what they call Moby Gym, where the main meetings are held. Seats over 5,000 people. And they call it Moby Temple while we're here. These are resource tents across the street from Moby Temple, and you can come and see all kinds of different ministries that Campus Crusade has. And behind are the dorms where people stand. Keynote Cafe is a keynote exhibit.
Yeah, because there's people in our ministry who said they were going to come and disrupt the show. Because they don't.
Keynote? Why?
Because we're using rock music.
In Keynote?
No, not in Keynote, in Crusade. Yeah.
A few months ago, you told me a little bit of how you got into rap. I know when you went on AIA staff, you were not a rapper, right? I asked you if you could, when you wanted to talk about joining Keynote, I asked you if you could sing, and you said no. So how did you get into rap?
Well, first of all, I have always, from the time, anybody remember the song Rapper's Delight? Yep. Yeah. From that moment, I was hooked on rap. I don't think I was in 9th grade at the time. And I was on staff with Athletes in Action, and we used to do these free camps for inner city kids in downtown Cincinnati. And I was strolling through one of the projects, putting up some flyers, you know, just to tell kids about the camp and hopefully get a bunch of them there. And as I was walking through the projects, it just struck me, man. You know, when you drive through a ghetto sometime, you know, you just see people sitting around, you know, not really doing anything, just chilling. And in this particular project, I saw a lot of that. And most of these people had boom boxes, or they would be outside their little project house and there would be speakers in the window. And the music that they'd be listening to was rap music. And I was familiar with a lot of it. I could hear it. And I knew that whether you admit it or not, what you listen to affects you greatly. It affects how you think. In fact, I've learned since I was 9. And so it was at that point that another buddy of mine, Troy Justice, who was also with Athletes in Action, he and I did some chatting, and we just started writing rhymes and doing little things, and it kind of grew.
When the heat is on, is graffiti a crime? When all those money washers ain't doing time? And why do I party like it's the 199? And why do we have to leave behind the good old times when the sun would still shine? I'm on a curious tip, I move my curious lips like the furious lips. When the questions get thick, why does the drama get lit and striking embryonic? When mama's hooked on the narcotic, why are rappers raising their glass and toasting coast to coast just boasting when they could be ghetto spokesmen and spokeswomen? Am I living according to my own philosophy?
Is there more to life than animosity?
Could the G.O.D. possibly be the answer to my questions? I don't know, I keep guessing.
Question marks, they're like sparks in the dark, y'all.
Ain't nobody got an answer.
Question marks, like sparks in the dark.
Like ain't nobody got an answer.
Check it out. Question marks, they're like sparks in the dark, yo.
Ain't nobody got an answer.
Listen. Question marks, like sparks in the dark.
Hey yo, somebody's gotta have that answer.
Listen. AIDS got me worried that I'm sleeping with the enemy. Now suddenly, everything's in question like Jeopardy.
And why the animosity towards the black man when everybody's trying to get a tan?
Why a phony rapper snoring like a stranger in Moscow? Face down in the dirt, and I get up, keep my head up. Questions got me fed up.
What happened to the break beat and the break dance?
Why is black on black violence the only thing breaking the silence? And why is this whole life mysterious? Oh man, listen, question marks, like sparks in the dark, yo.
Ain't nobody got an answer.
Question marks, like sparks in the dark, man.
Ain't nobody got an answer.
Question marks, like sparks in the dark, yo.
Ain't nobody got an answer.
Oh man, these question marks, they're like sparks in the dark,
hey, somebody's gotta
tell me somebody, man. Say somebody. Somebody's gotta have an answer. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of question marks, y'all, for some of y'all people that may have just walked in and didn't hear Chris's introduction, don't know exactly what's going on here, what's up with all this. We are the Dead Poets Society, Keynote Communications, one of their newest groups. And before we go any further, I just want to introduce DJ Dust. He is also, by the way, his mom's calls him Nady. And he produces all the music that we do. I mean, Joel and I have our little input, but he is the musical mastermind behind the tracks that you hear. So, very talented. These newest members, you know, the one with the Calvin and Hobbes hairdo. You know what I mean? The noble man, Joel Wilson. He's like the freestyle fanatic. Now what freestyle is that like dude can just sit here and just make up rhymes off the top of his head and just keep going on and on and on, and you gotta tell him to shut up. So that's why I call him the freestyle fanatic. My name is no, I'll do it. Okay. I'll do it. My name is Rollo. Mike Porter. Chris introduced me, and I'm kind of like tour guide for this little excursion into the world of hip hop, and really, like Chris expressed justice that they were going to. But you know, and Joel, I'm quoting stuff that Joel and I've read that he's written. But more than anything else, man, I emerge from the mist with a light set to spark this righteous revolution of the truth and the real. With my super DJs and noblemen, we serving me.
I'm gonna start talking things off with one of ours. Song called number 4.
Pardon me? Yeah. Well, I just wanted to get the vocals started so everybody could talk.
Checking it, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Check. It sounds good. Hey, yeah. Check the sound. Sounds good. That saved a wretch. Yeah, it sounds good.
Vocals?
That's why I know your name, but have I ever met? Have we ever met?
All right. So we're sort of set on vocals then.
Yeah.
Did you check downstage? Ours, was that okay for you?
Golden, say something, Golden.
1, 2. Check, 1, 2.
That's fine, thank you.
Vicky's mic, I'm sorry, unfortunately I don't know. Hi, Vicky.
Did we?
Now you'll have more. To the side.
More. Okay.
How's in the G minor?
Sounds pretty good. I'm gonna need to hear everybody else before I can figure out.
Right, before you.
Yeah, I can hear her though, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, just let me know. Because I'm not going to be having to you guys over here. No, and I mean that.
Bless you, my child. How many hours did you say?
Right input going though.
She's not going to be playing through my guitar channel. She just needs my chord in order to play through the violin, because we didn't bring enough chords with us. Right.
Going through a Digitech.
Yes.
FX processor.
Just compile that back in, make sure the levels are matched up so you transition from something to
You don't have to listen to the distortion box.
Thank you.
I wonder if that's where she really wanted to sound.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's here. Yeah.
So are we gonna have to change it like this?
new folk actually won the very first Christian Grammy Award given out. Nobody knows where that is, but they actually won a Grammy Award. And since then, what we've tried to do in Keynote is we've tried to take the powerful medium of music and use that to share the gospel of Jesus Christ with a very needy generation. Now, as I mentioned last night, we've been here at this international conference and we've heard a lot of different languages, and to those of us who don't understand those languages, it sounds a little bit like gibberish. And music is very much the same way. I mean, when you hear music that isn't of your generation, sometimes it's very difficult to understand. But just like in language, when you understand that language, it opens you up to a million possibilities, and the power of communication can happen. It's the same way in music.
restless world like this is. Love is ended before it's begun, and too many moonlight kisses seem to cool in the warmth of the sun.
It will be completely, or I'll never give my heart.
I'll never give my heart.
And the moment I can feel that you feel that way too.
I feel that way too.
So when I fall in love,
I fall in love with you.
Get to hear from some of the band members a little bit later. They can tell us a little bit more about the ministry. How are we doing up here, gang? We're getting close? I don't have any jokes like about my kids. Oh man. But I've got two cute little kids. One of them's about 30 months old. His name is Cale, C-A-L-E, for those of you who are watching. That's the...
Now I'm looking back, things weren't so bad. I'd say I had it made. Yeah, hole in my pocket, no place to go. I'd say I had it made. Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel this way? It's hard. big world. When my mom started dating, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Well, every time she'd go on a date, I would hit the roof. I'd run crying into my room. I'd make confetti out of anything I could get my hands on. I'd mess up the beds, then I'd lock myself into the closet. I'd bang my head on the wall, scratch myself as hard as I could, and then I'd leave her a hate note on her bed. Yes, you could say I was a psycho child. I can't believe what I put my mom through. But I was angry and jealous because, you know, at that time, any man was a threat. I mean, I had my place in her life, and I didn't want some stranger coming in and kicking me out. I had already lost my dad, so now I was afraid that I was going to lose Mom too, if not physically, emotionally. Well, now that I look back, I realize that I just wanted my mom all to myself. I was too young to think about her needs. And I was expecting things from my family that they could not provide, and that was a disappointment. So then I turned to my violin to try to find my place in this world. Growing up, violin was my life. I performed solos, won awards, then studied violin at a world-class music school. But you know, even then, my life was always on a roller coaster ride. On a great performance day, I was up and on top of the world. But then on a bad performance day, I felt utterly worthless. I lived behind a mask, pretending to be someone I wasn't, just to hide all of my insecurities. I guess I was kind of hoping that my violin would give me that second chance in life. But in a lot of ways, you know, my violin just ended up masking the hurt that I thought came from my broken family. But really, it was a mask that hid a broken person. Now I can see that a lot of my behavior just stemmed from deep hurts, baggage basically, that I never resolved. Well, maybe you can relate to me. Maybe you have some unresolved hurts from your past. And maybe you're hiding behind a mask to hide your pain because you feel that there's no hope. And maybe you feel that your life is broken into so many pieces that you don't even know where or how to begin to put it all back together.
my cue, all right? How about Preciado? Go to SoCal gal, so we like that, yeah, Southern California. And this is your very talented husband, Michael. Wow, well, bass guitar on that thing, all right. Back here on John Bass drum, vocals, and just about everything else up here, Susan Marble. You get a chance to talk to Susan. She's from the East Coast, so she can tell you what's going on, you know. And this is Vicki Royce, and Vicki plays flute, claves, broken drumstick. It's a whistle. How's it work? Oh, like a whistle. Okay, great. That's wonderful. Actually, some of you may recognize Vicki and Michelle. They were in Counterpoint, which was really different than this. So anyway, Michelle, tell us a little bit about the vision. Why are we talking to this mic here? Tell us a little bit about the vision behind the Remnant, how this got started. I know you and Vicki were kind of they're at the genesis of this thing. How did it all happen?
Well, we kind of birthed the Remnant out of our strong desire to meet the needs of our generation. You may be familiar with a lot of these buzzwords that are floating around nowadays, words like real, authentic, relational, sense of belonging and community. But we're sure that only He is the way and the truth and the life. And so we want to share these truths by focusing on certain topics. Topics such as broken family and relationships, as I mentioned in my testimony, where 1 out of 2 in our audience will come from a broken family. Another topic that we could discuss is that of the lack of absolute truth as John. Your particular city, out of the 3 topics I just mentioned, 2 of them really relate well to what you're dealing with. Broken families and lack of absolute truth. Well, what we will do then is we will kind of tweak our program in order to meet your needs. So our desire as the Remnant is really to come alongside your ministry and just be a tool that is going to help you to be more effective.
I know as Michelle and Vicki were initially talking about the group, one of the things you guys were talking about was just some of the different venues you could play at. I know, Vicki, you guys kind of researched some of that. Can you tell us a little bit about where you feel like you guys fit in, what kind of niche you have, where this kind of thing would work?
Well, I think the most important thing to emphasize with our group would just be a neutral setting. That would be ideal, especially given this particular generation. They're not likely to come to a church. So I suppose we could do something maybe in the basement of a church or something pretty casual, but I think we'd probably be better off maybe even in a park or somebody's home. I think our ideal setting would be a coffee house, sort of like Mug Mountain we did the other night. The thing about that that's really important to me is that if we're in a smaller setting, then we can really connect with the audience. We can see them, they can see our faces really clearly, and then they'll be able to tell that we're really serious about what we're talking about, that we're authentic. That's the big important thing to them, that we really mean what we're saying. So I would say probably the coffee house would be the best choice, and that also suits well for our instruments, given that we have sort of an eclectic mix up here, and it'll be easier to hear in a smaller room. So, yeah.
That's great. Now, I know that I've already heard tunes. All right.
I want to thank you for hanging in there. I know it's a little late, but we really appreciate you. Dear God, surround me as I speak. The bridges that I walk across a week. The frustrations fill the void that I can't solely bear. Dear God, don't let me fall apart. You've held me close to you, but I have turned away and searched for answers I can't understand. They say that I can't move the mountains and send them crashing to the sea. They say that I can walk on water if I follow and believe with faith like a child. Some to see your face. Well, I wonder if I've grown to lose the recklessness I walked in light of you. They say that I can move the mountains and send them crashing to the sea. They say that I can walk on water if I follow and believe with faith like a child. They
right, incredible. Wow. I gotta tell you something, that song is Darby's Day Out, is that right? They wrote that song. Isn't that incredible? I mean, wow, I love that song. But we are gonna do that raffle for that CD boombox in just a minute, but first, I wanna give just a couple minutes to a friend of our ministries. Many, I'm not gonna say how many years ago, but she was a part of our staff. She served in the United
Yeah, get the sound in. What are we doing?
So he gave it to you too. It's the biggest thing I've ever been a part of. It's incredible. It's massive. They had, in DCLA 94, we had the DC Convention Center, 24,000 kids, and they flew. Okay, think of this, 15 9x12 screens in one room. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And it's like a 12 camera shoot. And I got to be in the truck. It was so fun. It was incredible. So, yeah, anytime you have a chance to be on staff with anything like Homecoming.
Sing for joy the rest of us. Lift your voices to all. No matter what you feel inside, there's no need to pretend. That's the way it is in this circle of friends. In a circle of friends, we have one Father. Circle of friends, we share this plan. They will gather together, no matter how the highway bends. I will not lose this circle of friends. Among the nations, tribes, and tongues, we stand.
Do you guys have rent skates out?
take it again because
Should we talk?
No, he says, give me that smile.
They have camps and they need food.
pockets of land that Cool. Do you want us to get out of the picture, Dad?
Nope.
Hurry, Mom. Dale Evans and Happy Trails. There you go.
1, 2, 3.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. I don't know the song. I know this world is not for me. I'm passing right on through.
Yeah.
Traveling down the path of life's highways. Guitar in my hand and a song upon my heart. And the love of Jesus here inside to stay. We're just minstrels of a Savior, troubadour for the King.
Hey, that's a good remnant song.
And it's so good. It's not alternative enough. I'm gonna tell ya.
Woo! This is fun. I'm gonna bail out though.
There's a spider on that. Ow!
Sorry.
That's how it has been used, I think. Oh, wow. The kids' usually weigh about 50 pounds,
How about yours as a leader?
probably around 70.
And you take first aid equipment,
Yeah, first aid, backpacks, tent,
you have a
all the
radio,
cooking
cell phone.
supplies.
Do you have communication back to the
We
base?
have the radio, but it usually doesn't work because we're so far away.
So you truly are on your own.
Yeah, we get medical release forms, that's about it.
Ah, cool enough.
So if
And so
somebody
you're
gets
like a-
hurt, we kind of have to hike a few
You have to
miles.
figure it
and-
out.
Yep.
You
And-
probably had to take CPR.
Yeah, qualified, certified, whatever. CPR and first aid.
And do you have, like, you lead them in Bible study or devotions?
Yeah,
and-
devotions every night and every morning.
You ever have trouble with authority in the troops, like they have respect, you know? Like,
No, we give them all the rules here, and there's 2 of us, 2 girls that go, and then 2 guys that go with the guys group. And they know if they act up, we'll make them hike more or something. they know they can't mess up with us, and if they do, they'll have to sit in their tent for a while or whatever. So it's not really a big deal.
Cool.
Let's go girl with flowers. Not that I've not seen flowers, but usually you have to plant them, you know?
These are just here.
Wildflowers. This is a cool place to play around the corner. In the woods. She's trying to learn that.
Watch all these birds come out. It's not really nice.
I know. squirrels are gonna follow you.
He's a little eager too.
There's a bee.
Yes, she did.
Preferred. It's preferred.
It's just like our area.
I know!
It's Colorado, Utah, Montana.
Whenever Jesus wanted to get to the heart of an issue, he told a parable, a story that people would never forget. When I was a kid, something happened to me that I'll never forget. It changed my life forever.
For you folks just joining us, top of the morning. Hope you slept well last night. A very refreshing rain shower. We'll have a high of 83 under sunny skies today. And if the weather keeps on like this, we'll see bumper crops. Opening grain prices at the Chicago Board of Trade. Spring wheat, $4.23 a bushel. Oats at $1.75. Barley and corn unchanged. Holding steady. I'll be back in a minute with today's...
Growing up on a farm was a great experience. My dad, mom, and brothers, we did everything together. We'd work hard in our fields all day. Then Mom would fix us one of her big dinners.
Lord, we thank you for these blessings and for this food that you have provided. Amen.
Let's dig in. Jerry, pass the mashed potatoes.
Hey, we were able to go out and look at the wheat fields today.
Dinner was the best time for our family. David would talk non-stop about being a cowboy. And Charlie over there, he was always making us laugh. Dinner was certainly my brother Bobby's favorite time of the day. I'm Jerry, the oldest. I kind of had to watch out for these little guys. Mom and Dad sure had their hands full, and they used every opportunity to teach us something new about the farm and hard work, but mostly about love and respect. I guess you could say we were a pretty close family. Our farm was big, with wheat fields stretching as far as my eyes could see. Dad worked hard planting those fields, and by the end of the summer, the wheat would be ripe and the harvest would be ready to bring in. He'd say to us, "Boys, when the harvest is ready, we have to be ready, or we could lose the whole crop." I knew how important the harvest was, and I never doubted for a minute we'd be ready. But it wasn't harvest time yet. And on the farm, we had a lot of other work to keep us busy, like saddling up and moving our cattle to the south pasture. Riding with Dad and Uncle John was always an adventure. And even when things were a little more than I could handle, Dad still believed in me. And somehow it always worked out. Once the job was done, before heading home, we talked, just as men, about hard work, good friends, and of course, the harvest. I never left that pasture without learning something important from my dad. And I never left without bringing home something special for Mom. While we waited for our wheat to ripen, Charlie and I would help Dad haul hay. The two of us would work as hard as we could to see how many bales of hay we could bring in. You see, the more we brought in, the more we could brag to our friends when we went to town on Saturday. I remember that day because it was really hot, hotter than usual, even for July. And though my dad never complained, I could tell he was having one of those headaches.
Sure thing, Dad.
But we finished bringing in the hay and went straight to work on the combine so it would be ready for the harvest. It always amazed me how much work Dad could do. And I worked right along beside him. Like he did so often, Dad took us for a walk through the fields that night. The setting sun made everything warm and golden. Dad used to tell Bobby that God painted it that way just for us. We talked about the day we had together. We talked about the harvest. It wouldn't be long now. Dad said it was going to be a great harvest. It had been a long day, and I slept hard that night. So hard I didn't hear what was happening in our house. The next morning, I woke to voices, familiar voices, but they seemed out of place so early in the day. Why were they here? I wondered what was happening.
All right, come on, let's go.
I heard Mom and Grandma talking in whispered voices. Then Mom called us all together.
Jerry, Charlie, Davy, I need to talk to you. Something has happened to your father.
I looked into her eyes and knew it was bad.
Last night, he became very ill. We tried to help him, but there was nothing we could do. Your daddy died. But your daddy's in heaven.
My dad was gone. In an instant, our lives were changed forever. His headaches, we thought it was just the heat. Time seemed to stand still. It hurt so much, and it felt like it would never go away.
Lord, you know what a terribly hard time it is for us right now. But we thank you so much for being here for us.
Mom did her best to keep going.
Just give us
Mealtime was the hardest, though.
what to do next.
We prayed for strength. We needed each other now more than ever. We missed him so much. The next few days were busy ones. Uncle John was the first one there to lend a hand. We all pulled together to help things along. Even our friend Amy would come by and help us with our chores. We'd walk through the fields talking and trying to make sense of it all.
I remember your dad saying that
It was Amy who reminded me that when my dad needed help, he would pray.
start praying.
And she thought that maybe we should too. We did pray, and we talked about the good times and tried to look ahead. But ahead, all I saw were problems. I was worried about the harvest. It was coming soon, and like Dad said, if we weren't ready, we'd lose the whole crop. I couldn't let that happen. I didn't want to lose the harvest. I didn't want to let Dad down. Being the oldest, I felt such a responsibility. For the first time in my life, I was really afraid. I prayed that God would send someone to help. I thought that things would get better, but they only seemed to get worse. The weather got hotter and hotter, and the wheat was ripening sooner than anyone expected. My worst fears were coming true. With Dad gone, there was no one to work in the fields. It was hard, but Mom, all of us, we kept praying. It was early morning, and Charlie and I were at the barn feeding our horses. I used to love this time of the day, but now it was just a reminder that we were one day closer to losing our wheat. It was usually pretty quiet around our farm, but this morning there was a sound, faint and off in the distance at first, a kind of roar that was getting stronger and louder. I could hardly believe my eyes. One after another, big, huge combines. It seemed like the whole world was coming to our farm. They started in the big field, the one to the north, their reels sweeping the wheat into the combines. Side by side, they moved from field to field. As I watched them unload the golden wheat, I thought about Dad and my prayers, and I understood. I wasn't alone. All these people, they had work of their own to do, but they left their fields to come and help us. Together, they did what no one could have done alone. And one day, they brought in the whole harvest. harvest was finished. The wheat was saved. The fields were clean. Afterward, all the families gathered in the field north of the farm for the biggest harvest meal I had ever seen. I was amazed at how many people had come to help. It was a time to celebrate. Everyone had a part in helping with the harvest. Why, there was Dad's best friend, Mr. Hanson, and Amy's brother, Tom. Mom couldn't believe that Aunt Sally and Mrs. Johnson were getting along so well. And there was Harry Bender and Mr. Sanders. Well, it wasn't that they didn't get along, it's just that they never did much together. Yeah, I knew I was part of something special here, but I guess the harvest is something that can bring people together. Uncle John said this whole day reminded him of the story in the Bible when a lot of people were hungry to know God, but there weren't enough workers to tell them. Jesus said, when the harvest is ready, pray and ask God to send people who will help. Well, that's what we did with our harvest, and it's a day I'll never forget.
Let us pray. Our gracious Heavenly Father, we come.
Helping with the harvest changed all of us in one way or another.
We thank you for this harvest which we're able to bring in.
It was time to come together. It was harvest time. I still come back to the farm and walk in the fields, just like I did when I was a kid. These fields were my whole world. And the things God taught me that summer when I saw everyone come together to harvest our wheat have stayed with me all my life. Now I see the lesson of the harvest. There is another field. It's God's field, filled with people who are ready to respond to Him. And just as my family prayed for someone to come and help us bring in the harvest, people all around the world are praying that someone would help them bring in the harvest in their land, in their city, on their campus. Everywhere I look, I see people who are lost without the love and message of Jesus Christ. And the urgency that we felt on our farm is the same urgency that exists today. We can all do something. We can pray, give, reach out to a friend, even go to another land. This could be the greatest spiritual harvest time in history, and that's why we are all needed. It's time to come together. It's harvest time.
We hope you've enjoyed this presentation of The Harvest. Please stand by for a special word from Dr. Bill Bright.
The story we have just seen is a beautiful analogy of what God is doing all around our world. Each time I see the harvest, I'm moved with compassion and emotion. And I ask the question that perhaps you're asking yourself, Lord, how do you want me to help? Use me in ways I've never been used before. I will never forget the scene in the harvest story of Jerry's neighbors coming over the hill to help bring in the harvest. I still shed tears over that. What a dramatic moment. You know, that same opportunity is what I believe God is recreating in the spiritual harvest fields around the world. And we can be those workers. We all live in a part of God's field. He has put us there for a reason. And just as Jesus encouraged his disciples to open their eyes and look on the harvest, if we will look, we will see people who need the Lord. I've been praying and fasting for the last several years, asking God to prepare the hearts of people everywhere for his truth, and then raise up workers who will share that truth and love with those around them. Let me encourage you today to reach out to those around you. Learn how to share the love of Christ so that they can come to know and trust him. And some of us are called not only to share the message of Christ at home, but to go to other cities and even to other countries. Perhaps that is what God is gently calling you to do. Pray about that. And we can pray, we can go, and we can also give of our resources so that our churches and mission movements can take the gospel to the ends of the earth. Christian leaders and laymen everywhere are echoing the call. Let's finish the harvest while there's such a great response. For the first time in 2,000 years, we have the opportunity to take the gospel to everyone on planet Earth. Will you pray and ask our Lord to guide you today as to what he would have you do? Your church, Campus Crusade for Christ, and many other organizations stand ready to help you with the resources, the training, and even the opportunity to share the love of Christ at home and around the world. Together, we can help complete the Great Commission.
Call for your free harvest booklet with resources, training, and opportunities to be involved in the spiritual harvest. Call today 1-800-729-4351 or contact us on the internet at www.theharvest.com.